Did you know that the average person is productive for only about 3 hours in an 8-hour workday? That's right, more than half of our time at work is wasted on distractions and inefficient processes. But what if you could change that? What if you could maximize those productive hours and even extend them? In this video, we're going to show you exactly how to do that using proven strategies that go beyond the usual productivity advice. Imagine reclaiming those lost hours. Think about what you could achieve with that extra time. We're not just talking about crossing more items off your to-do list. We're talking about transforming your entire approach to work and life. Get ready to discover unconventional techniques that will supercharge your focus. From leveraging the power of sound to turning your tasks into a game, we've got strategies you've never heard before. And stay tuned for a revolutionary microtasking method that will change how you think about time management forever. Welcome to Focus Burst, where your productivity transformation starts now. Now that you're ready to transform your productivity, let's explore some powerful, science-backed focus boosters that go beyond the usual advice. Have you ever considered that the key to unlocking your focus might be hiding in plain sight, or should we say in plain sound? Imagine sitting down to work and suddenly your environment transforms into a productivity powerhouse. This isn't science fiction, it's the art of acoustic design. Think about it. How often has a noisy colleague or a sudden car horn thrown you off your game? Well, what if you could harness the power of sound to actually improve your focus? Enter the world of ambient soundscapes. These aren't just random background noises. They're carefully crafted audio environments designed to enhance your concentration. Picture the gentle rustling of leaves, the soft patter of rain, or even the steady hum of a coffee shop. These sounds can create a cocoon of focus, shielding you from distractions and keeping your mind on task. But here's the kicker, it's not just about blocking out noise. Research shows that these ambient soundscapes can actually boost your cognitive performance. They work by providing a consistent auditory backdrop that helps your brain filter out sudden, attention-grabbing sounds. It's like giving your mind a smooth runway for thoughts to take off and land without interruption. Now let's shift our focus from your ears to your eyes. Your visual environment plays a huge role in your ability to concentrate. Have you ever felt overwhelmed just looking at your cluttered desk? You're not alone. Studies show that too much visual clutter can actually drain your brain power, making it harder to focus on the task at hand. So what's the solution? It's time for some visual magic. Start by decluttering your workspace. But don't stop there. Strategically place visual cues that align with your goals. Maybe it's an inspiring quote, a vision board, or even a simple color-coded task list. These visual anchors can serve as constant reminders of what you're working towards, keeping you motivated and on track. But here's a pro tip. Don't just limit these strategies to your office. Think about how you can implement acoustic design and visual cues in other settings. Maybe you create a playlist of focus-enhancing sounds for your commute, or set up a distraction-free corner in your home for those times when you need to buckle down. Remember, the goal isn't to create a sterile, boring environment. It's about crafting a space that speaks to your brain in a language it understands, one that says, it's time to focus and get things done. So, are you ready to turn your environment into a focus-boosting powerhouse? Start small, maybe with a simple white noise app or by rearranging your desk. Pay attention to how these changes affect your concentration. You might be surprised at how much easier it becomes to slip into that coveted state of flow. By harnessing the power of sound and sight, you're not just improving your focus, you're redesigning your entire work experience. And trust me, once you experience the difference, you'll wonder how you ever worked any other way. Now that we've explored how to optimize your environment for focus, let's talk about something that might surprise you. What if I told you that the key to skyrocketing your productivity is playing games? No, I'm not suggesting you fire up your favorite video game console. I'm talking about gamification, the art of turning your tasks into a game. Imagine tackling your to-do list with the same enthusiasm you bring to beating a high score. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not only possible, but it's also backed by science. Research shows that incorporating game elements into non-game contexts can significantly boost motivation and engagement. It's like tricking your brain into thinking work is play. But how does this magic work? It all comes down to tapping into our natural desires for achievement and competition. Think about it. When you're playing a game, you're not just mindlessly pushing buttons. You're working towards clear goals, earning rewards, and feeling a sense of progress. Now, what if you could bring those same feelings to your daily tasks? Let's break it down. Gamification takes the elements that make games addictive, points, levels, rewards, and applies them to real-world activities. It's like giving your productivity a turbo boost, powered by your own competitive spirit. Now you might be thinking, sounds great, but how do I actually do this? Well, you're in luck. There are already some amazing apps out there that have done the hard work for you. Ever heard of Habitica? It's like turning your life into a role-playing game. Complete tasks, earn points, level up your character. Suddenly, filing that report doesn't seem so boring when it means your digital avatar gets a cool new sword, right? Or consider Forest, an app that grows a virtual tree every time you set a focus period. The longer you stay focused, the bigger your tree grows. Before you know it, you've cultivated an entire forest, and a whole lot of productive time along with it. But here's the real power move: creating your own productivity game system. Start by defining clear goals. What do you want to achieve today, this week, this month? Then set up a reward system. Maybe it's points for each task completed or levels for hitting certain milestones. The key is to make it meaningful to you. And don't forget the power of competition. Challenge yourself to beat your own high score from last week. Or team up with a friend and see who can rack up the most productivity points. Suddenly, that pile of emails doesn't seem so daunting when conquering it means victory, does it? Remember, the goal here isn't to trivialize your work. It's about harnessing the power of play to make your tasks more engaging. By turning productivity into a game, you're not just crossing items off a list. You're embarking on a quest, leveling up your life one task at a time. So, are you ready to press start on your productivity game? The next level of focus and efficiency is waiting for you. And trust me, once you start playing, you'll wonder why you ever worked any other way. Get ready to unlock achievements you never thought possible. You've learned how to turn productivity into a game. But what if I told you there's a way to make even the most daunting tasks feel manageable? Welcome to the world of microtasking, a revolutionary approach that's redefining how we think about time management. Imagine breaking down that massive project into bite-sized pieces so small you can't help but tackle them. That's the power of microtasking. It's not just another productivity hack. It's a complete shift in how we approach our work. Think about the last time you faced a huge task. Did it feel overwhelming? Did you find yourself procrastinating, unsure where to start? You're not alone. This is where microtasking comes in, challenging everything we thought we knew about getting things done. Here's the secret. Not everything on your to-do list needs to be tackled at once. In fact, trying to do it all can actually hold you back. Microtasking says, let's take it one tiny step at a time. It's about making progress no matter how small and building momentum as you go. So how do you put this into action? Start by looking at your biggest, scariest task. Now break it down into the smallest possible actions. I'm talking really small, like open document or write one sentence small. Each of these microtasks should take no more than a few minutes to complete. Next, set a timer for a short burst, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Focus on completing just one or two of those microtasks. When the timer goes off, take a quick break. Rinse and repeat. You might be thinking, how can such small actions make a difference? But here's where the magic happens. As you tick off these tiny tasks, you're not just making progress, you're building confidence. Each completed microtask is a win, fueling your motivation to keep going. Real people are seeing real results with this method. One focus burst viewer shared, I used to stare at my to-do list, paralyzed. Now I break everything down into microtasks. Before I know it, I've finished projects I've been putting off for months. Another said, microtasking helped me write my first book. Instead of write a chapter, I'd set goals like write 100 words. Suddenly the impossible became possible. Remember, microtasking isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's giving your brain the satisfaction of completion over and over again. And as those small wins add up, you'll find yourself achieving more than you ever thought possible. Ready to give it a try? Start small. Pick one task you've been avoiding and break it down into the tiniest steps imaginable. Set that timer and focus on just one micro task. You might be surprised at how quickly you gain momentum. And speaking of momentum, if you're struggling with procrastination, don't forget to check out our video on From Procrastinator to Productivity Pro. It's packed with strategies that pair perfectly with microtasking to supercharge your productivity. So are you ready to join the microtasking revolution? It's time to redefine what's possible in your day. Remember, every big accomplishment starts with a single small step. And with microtasking, you're about to take a whole lot of them. You've learned some powerful strategies to boost your focus and productivity. Now it's time to put them into action. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a clear plan to transform your day. Exciting, right? Let's recap the key techniques we've covered. Optimizing your environment with sound and visuals, gamifying your tasks, and the game-changing microtasking approach. These aren't just theories, they're practical tools you can start using right now. Think about which strategy resonates most with you. Maybe it's creating a focus-enhancing playlist or breaking down a big project into tiny, manageable steps. Why not challenge yourself to try one new technique each day this week? Remember, mastering your focus isn't just about getting more done. It's about freeing up time and mental energy for what truly matters in your life. Ready to start your productivity revolution? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Our next video on 10 life-changing habits to reinvent yourself will take your focus game to the next level. Your journey to peak productivity begins now. Remember, the more you know, the more you grow. See you in the next video.